is Sylvie's Audition from the Netflix series Supersex. Thank you, Fady, for the commission. I'll begin by playing the opening segment for you, and then we'll take it apart, note by note, and moment by moment, so you can learn it yourself. For now, though, here's what the music sounds like. To our next section, which is in 4/4 time, but we'll get to that when we get to that. To start, though, we are in 3/4 time. Very simple rhythm, very languid and somber, very somber atmosphere. I can only imagine what's happening in the show for it to be so somber. And we'll begin with the left hand. We're in G minor, and so we begin on G with the 5th finger. A 2nd finger on D, pivot across to reach a B flat with the 1st. Much of this piece has the left hand traversing a decent amount of space, so make sure that you pivot freely on the middle note, whether it's the 3rd finger or the 2nd. Just be sure that you're free to pivot so you don't feel the need to stretch across wide swaths of space. 5, 2, and 1. There's your first bar. Moving on, 5, F sharp, a thumb on the F sharp above it, 2nd finger across, A. That's your 2nd bar. Simple enough, right? Everything in the left hand is going to be, at least for this major section, quarter notes. So very regular. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Right, moving on to the next bar. The 3rd bar is a repetition of the 1st. So, 5 on G, 2 on D, and a thumb on B flat. Moving on to the 4th bar, it's pretty much what you'd expect. Again, F sharps, 5 and 1. But this time, instead of going to a 2nd finger A, you go to a 2nd finger C. And there's no real reason to try and connect these two. You have the pedal down. You're going to be using the pedal a lot here. So just kind of touch and go and arrive on C with the 2nd finger. To start, we're going to have a pedal on each bar. Here are the 4 bars again. And 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and not too shabby. Okay, so there's your left hand, first 4 bars. Now the right hand. The right hand begins with a pickup note. Actually, it's the first D here really has the function of leading you into the first full bar. So it's sort of like 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You see? So that thumb leads you into the first full bar. Let's deal with that in a little bit once you put the hands together. For now, let's just have a look at the notes. So as you've just seen, it's a thumb on D followed by B flat, 3rd finger, 5, with the counts. 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Easy enough. Practice both the hands separately enough times so that you feel pretty comfortable with it. Moving on to the next bar, the third bar, we have so that's a little grace note, fourth finger on C to the B flat, third finger. So there's a little grace note there. Just a little flick. All right, don't be too heavy on the fourth finger. This is just like it's a subsidiary, and it should feel very light and quick. After that, we have 2, 3, 1, 3. One more time. Like that. And the final bar, another grace note on the pinky, D, landing on an A with the second finger, as you can see. And all these little grace notes, it's kind of up to you how wide you want to make them. Maybe you want to make them pretty quick or a little bit more stretched out. It's up to you. That's a musical decision. So the whole of the 4 bars for just the right hand with the pickup we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. When you put them together, left, together. That's easy enough, right? Next, together, and then left finishes it off. Moving on. So as you can see here, in the right hand we have eighth notes, while in the left hand we have quarters. So that means we have 2 notes in the right hand for every 1 in the left, not including the grace note, of course. So we have you can see that the grace note arrives before the left hand. And even that is kind of up to you. You might like the sound of it arriving with the left hand. That's its own kind of character. But once you finish the grace note, it's together, right, together, right, together. 2 in the right hand for every 1 in the left. Moving on. Right? Again, up to you. I think it sounds kind of nice if you're a little bit late on it. It stretches everything out. Stitch it up. Moving into the next bar, we have so those 2 bars now. Left hand, E flats, 5 and 1, across to a second finger on G. Next bar, D's. And then the same G. All quarters. flexible wrist and thumb. Right hand. By the way, where are we coming from? We just finished. So we're still in this position, no need to move. The fourth finger is next. 4. Hold for a bit. 1. And then another grace note, badam. 2, 3. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Put that together. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Each bar gets its own pedal. Moving on. Yeah, a little busier in the right hand here, but nothing too crazy. Let's have a look at the left hand first. So that will be C sharps. As a reminder, we just came from E flats, G, D's, G, and now C sharps. 2 and 1. And then the final bar of the phrase. 5, 2 on A, and then a little D dominant 7. 5, 3, and 1. Like that. And again, everything is a quarter. Very regular. Like clockwork. And while the left hand is playing this, the right hand has. So what is that? We're coming from, so this is where we finished. Moving into this section, these 2 bars, the final 2 bars of the phrase, we have a second finger on A, which is right nearby. 2 thumb drops. E twice. Second finger drops. G twice. E. Once more. And then the last bar. 2. Scooch up. I tend to slide up the key here because I don't want to be trying to contort my hand to reach with the thumb. Just slide up the real estate of the key so you can finish F sharp with the thumb. Easy enough, right? And in the right hand, the first of these 2 bars are eighths. So it'll be 2 eighth notes for every 1 note in the left hand. You see? So together, right, together, right, together, right. And then the last bar, everything lines comfortably together, together, and then left on its own. With the counts 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. I'll put all of that together now. The full 2 phrases, or the first major phrase. 3, 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3, and 1, and 2, and 3, the theme basically repeats, but it's more embellished. But we'll do that in the next part of the tutorial, which you can find in my library. You'll find that in the description. Okay, not too shabby. Each bar gets its own pedal. Generally, that's going to be the case for most of the piece, but as you can see visually, you'll be able to see where the changes occur as I play. All right, come along with me to part 2, and we'll move on forward. See you in just a bit.